Our topic of religion is Buddhism by Angie, Caroline, and Vianna. Buddhism was created by Siddhartha Gautama, also known as Buddha. He left home at the age of 29 to seek the meaning of reality. Later on, he developed a community that included monks and nuns who were inspired to follow his path. He died at the age of 80 in 486 BC. Buddhism started to spread because many people were inspired to follow his path. It spread southwards and later on northwards. This includes India, Sri Lanka, Burma, Thailand, China, Bhutan, Nepal, Sikkim, Tibet, Mongolia, China, Korea, and Japan. Buddhism is followed by over 22% of the world's population. It's the sixth most followed religion, following Christianity, Hinduism, atheism, and traditional religion. The Buddhist population is mainly in China, Thailand, Vietnam, Burma, South Korea, Taiwan, Cambodia, Japan, and India. Some core values of Buddhism include the law of karma, the three noble truths, and the three universal truths, and the four noble truths, and the noble eightfold path. The law of karma states that for every event that occurs, there will follow another event whose existence was caused by the first, and the second event will be pleasant or unpleasant according as its cause was skillful or unskillful. The three universal truths explains how nothing is lost in the universe, everything changes, and the law of cause and effect. The four noble truths explores human suffering. First, there is dukkha, which tells how suffering exists. Samudaya, telling how there are many causes for suffering. Nirodha, explaining that there is an end to suffering, and finally to end the suffering, you must follow the Eightfold Path. In the Eightfold Path, there is Panna, Sila, and Samadhi. Panna, meaning wisdom, has two parts. One, understanding the Four Noble Truths, and second, aspiration is the true desire to free oneself from attachment, ignorance, and hatefulness. Sila, meaning morality, has three parts. First, no lying, criticism, condemning, gossip, and harsh language. Second, abstaining from harmful behaviors such as killing, stealing, and careless sex, which are the five precepts. And thirdly, make your living in such a way as to avoid dishonesty and hurting others, including animals. The last category is Samadhi. Samadhi means meditation. The final three parts of the Noble Eightfold Paths are to promote good thoughts, conquer evil thoughts, bring up good acts, and discard bad acts or decisions. Focusing of one's attention on one's body, feeling, thoughts, and consciousness, overcome craving, hatred, and ignorance, and meditate to achieve a higher state of consciousness. The holy books of Buddhism include the Tripitaka and the Sutras. The Tripitaka is the earliest collection of Buddhist writings. The contents were originally spoken but later written around the 3rd century BC. There are 45 volumes in one modern edition. There are three baskets divided by subject matter. The first basket is the discipline basket. It sets out rules and guidelines for living a peaceful life. The second basket is the discourse basket. It has records of Buddha's teachings. The third basket is the basket of special teachings. This basket contains songs, poems, short writings, stories, and more. The writings of the Tripitaka go under the sutras. The most important sutra is the Lotus Sutra. The Heart Sutra is pretty short, only about 1 to 2 pages. It's about nirvana, emptiness, and the ultimate reality. Another sutra is the Land of Bliss. It describes the pure land of Amitabha Buddha, which is what people must do in order to get into Pure Land. In Buddhist traditions, meditation is one of the most important practices for relieving one's mind and concentration. Praying for one's happiness and future goals are part of helping you understand the well-beings of the others and your true intentions. Chanting, which is part of the ritual, is common in Buddhist monasteries. It can help motivate and change one's wrong view of certain conflicts. According to one of the 5 precepts, one must not harm or kill living things. Thus, many Buddhists are vegetarians so they wouldn't have to cause cruelty to the deaths of millions of animals. However, Buddha had never prohibited the eating of meat, so it's fine to eat meat to a minimum. Like most religions, Buddhism was largely known for peace and non-violence in the minds of people across the world. However, some Buddhists are willing to resort to violence, which is an infraction to the moral precepts in Buddhist teachings. It's believed that violence and harming any other living thing can result in negative karma during a person's lifetime. There are many opinions on Buddhism, some good, some bad. Pros of Buddhism include that it helps you explore the ultimate truth. Meditation helps you bring wisdom and calmness, and it recognizes karma and recognizes the 5 domains for consciousness, which are human, heaven, animal, ghost, and hell. Buddhism also helps you realize the divine, namely love, compassion, appreciative joy, and equanimity as a location of the divine. However, some may argue that Buddhism isn't such a good religion. For example, men were believed to be superior to women. Therefore, monks were treated better than nuns. A quote from an article read, "I remember one student who was having problems memorizing material for tests. Distraught, she went to the monks, who explained to her that she was having such trouble because in a past life she was a murderous dictator who burned books, and so now, in this life, she is doomed to forever be learning challenged. This explains how instead of using facts and more reasonable ways to explain what caused this problem, they use unjustified reasoning, saying the person was an evil dictator in her past life and was getting punished." Many also say that Buddhism lacks the general application of Dharma to social, political, and global issues. Finally, many say that Buddhism is more of worship of the Buddha rather than application of the Dharma. Sources. And those are our sources. And that's it.